Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, That Conversation with Repinya. And tonight I'm going to be reviewing Housewives of Atlanta, episode 12. So you know how we do it. We start off with the three categories. Tonight I'm just going to pick a laid and slayed. I'm not going to pick the Librarian Award or what's the other one I do? MVP. I'm just going to pick Laid and Slayed. So tonight I'm going to be giving Laid and Slayed to two people. I'm going to give Laid and Slayed to Sheree. She had on a pantsuit that was super cute at her little birthday party that Sanya threw for her. And then I liked this confessional look that Candy had. It was like a black blazer with gold, I think, in it. Super cute. So Laid and Slayed will go to Candy and Sheree. Okay, you guys, so the episode starts off at Candy's house. And it's actually Ace's birthday. Her son is turning 6. So they're going to be throwing Ace like a little small party because they will be having a bigger party for him later. But it was so cute seeing Ace. I haven't seen Ace in a long time. He kind of reminds me of his sister Riley. They kind of have the same mannerisms, but Ace is so adorable, super cute. But Candy is throwing Ace a little small party, and we see that Kenya came in with baby Brooklyn. And also we know that Drew showed up. So she came with her kids. So it was something little, like, intimate and small. So they did that. And during the party, Candy actually rented a gaming truck. That was super cool. I've never seen that before. So for Ace's birthday party, she rented a gaming truck. So when you go in the truck, they had all kind of video games. It was super dope. I thought that was cool. So yeah. So in the next scene, we have Sheree. She goes to visit Marlo at the archive. And while they're there, what Marlo did was share on camera that the nephew William doesn't do anything but lay around all day. That he doesn't shower, doesn't brush his teeth. Like, she was like kind of spilling a lot of the stuff, that the sister was sharing with her. But I don't know, because the boys are still in school and kids are mean. I don't know why Marlo would be so comfortable like sharing that. I thought that was distasteful, and it wasn't nice. I feel like people can look at this video, especially their peers, and tease them and stuff. So I didn't think that was cool. Also, Sheree was looking at her like, girl, what? I say, what now? Even Sheree was looking like, I would never do that. I just wouldn't do that. And then Marlo lets us know she called her sister Crystal to get on her, asking her why do she allow William to just not do nothing all day and do that. Okay, well, Marlo, really? If I was Crystal, I would be like, you come get them then. Like, you can't kick them out, send them to your sister's house with limited space, and then get on her and try to tell her how, to raise them during the time that she has them. Back off, Marlo. Back off. Right? That doesn't make any sense. That's ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. So next we move on back to Candy's house. And Kenya and Drew and Todd and Candy are talking about the security breach. They had someone kind of breach their gates and got in their yard. So since then, Todd got with the police department in their area. So I guess he has it to where they're going to be touring their neighborhood, more often. And so Candy was talking to Kenya. Kenya was letting her know that there are some celebrity people that live by her, and they always have like a security person kind of monitoring their home. So She was just saying like that would be something that could be an option for Candy because Candy is on uh, celebrity status. So I would have thought that she would have had something like that. So also during the scene, Candy lets everybody know that because Kenya was asking about her play and how's it going, and Candy was letting the ladies know that they had to shut down production, had to shut down her play that was on Broadway because of the new variant at the time. So she was a little bit upset about that, and then I really like when I say I like Candy and Drew and Kenya hanging out. I like it. They're like really girls. You know what I mean? They're girly girls, and I think it's super cute. So we see the Sonya FaceTimes Kenya while Kenya's at Candy's. And so Kenya's like, hey girl. And Sonya's like, hey, what you doing? So Kenya's like, I'm hanging out with some girlfriends. And Kenya was right there with Drew and Candy. And so Sonya was letting Kenya know the Jamaica trip that Sonya is inviting everybody to. She's telling Kenya it's going to be a couples trip. And she says it a couple of times, like, it's going to be a couples trip, it's going to be a couples trip. And Kenya's like, what? Sonya knows that Kenya's going through a divorce, so just for her to be like, it's going to be a couples trip. Meanwhile, she told Sheree, which is single, and Marlo, which is single, while she was still there with them, that they can bring a plus one. It doesn't have to be, somebody they're dating. It can just be like a plus one and be a friend. But she didn't tell Kenya that. When she called Kenya, she was just like making it seem like she needs to bring a date, right? So Kenya didn't like that. So Kenya just hung up on her. She hung right up on her. And Sonya was like, what just happened? Kind of cracked her face. Like, what just happened? Sonya, really? Like, why would you tell Marlo and Sheree one thing, and then when you talk to Kenya, you make it seem like she needs to bring a date? So then we pan back over to Candy and Drew, and they were like, that was weird, because why would she do that? So they agreed with Kenya. Like, why would she, knowing that Kenya is dealing with, the type of divorce and ex-husband that she's dealing with, Mark, why would she even do that? Mark be acting up, so Kenya don't want to be dealing with anything extra, other than what she's already dealing with. So Candy and Drew were like, yeah, why would you even call talking about, it's a couple's trip, like she has to bring a date. So in the next scene, we have Marlo. She's going to visit a parenting coach. So she goes to visit Dr. Tart, and during the visit, he lets her know that it's Christian based. So he asked Marlo if she wanted to say, a prayer before they get the session started, and she said yes. So they did a prayer, and Marlo, she started becoming emotional when she started expressing to him that she had gotten frustrated, and she threw the boys out, and so you can tell that she was kind of like hurting, and Dr. Tart was, kind of letting her know that, not to make them feel abandoned, right? So during the session, she did say that because she got so frustrated, she did that, and she wasn't sure if it was the right thing to do, but in the moment, that's how she felt. She doesn't want to make the wrong decisions, right? She just wants to make sure that she's leading them in the right direction, and that she's, doing right by them. Next, we have Candy and Todd having a family meeting with their oldest children. So it was Kayla, which is Todd's daughter, and Riley, which is Candy's. And it's always good seeing the girls film. I don't see them often, so when I see them, it's kind of like cute, kind of seeing the stepsister thing. So we have Kayla, we have Todd, Candy, and Riley. So they're having a family meeting because Candy and Todd want to go over assets in case one of them pass away. They want to discuss with the girls how the assets are going to be distributed. So Bravo, in their shady ways, they put on the screen all of Candy's assets, which was a long list of assets. And then they put Todd's assets on the screen. And they only put the Jersey condo on there. And I'm like, now you know that man has way more than that, right? So Bravo, every chance they get, they stick it to you. I was like, that was so messy, Bravo. So Todd feels like assets should be given out in stages. They shouldn't be given things in a lump sum. And Candy kind of doesn't feel that way. Candy kind of operates a little bit different. She's a little more giving, right, when it comes to money. Todd, according to his daughter Kayla, she feels like her dad is more business minded. You know, he's not really in daddy or father mode when it comes to, you know, giving, you know what I mean, or finances and stuff like that. You know, Kayla has to like work for her stuff. Where Candy, she's more giving. Riley, she feels like she should get her stuff in a lump sum, right? Which makes sense because she's used to her mom kind of like giving. So she doesn't agree with Todd. But what was cute was we found out that Riley is actually a sophomore at NYU. And Kayla, she's working in production. So I thought that that was cute. They gave us a little update on where the girls are right now. And I thought that was super cute. And they're both in New York. But, yeah, Riley, she's a sophomore, which is cool. It's good seeing Riley. And then, you know, Kayla, she's, you know, following after her dad's footsteps. And she's in production. So Todd was not happy about any of this because Todd feels like that the girls are entitled. He's like, come on. He doesn't like that. And so Todd ends up walking out. He just leaves. He's like, you know what? You guys are entitled. I'm out. So Todd leaves. And, but let me go back a little bit. I do know that Candy asked Kayla how she felt because Riley did express her feelings about it, which she had let us know that, you know, she wants her money in a lump sum. She wants her assets given to her at one time. And then Candy asked Kayla, you know, how she felt. And, yeah, she just expressed to us that she knows that her dad does not operate that way. So, you know, and she's kind of used to it. I don't know. I kind of feel like Todd has been super hard on Kayla, right? It's almost as if he wants her to struggle. And I've never understood that. I feel like if you have parents that are financially able, I mean, why make your kids struggle? I don't know. I've never been able to understand that. I don't know. I wouldn't. So, moving on. So later on, we do know that Candy and Todd pick up where they left off regarding assets. And Todd does let Candy know that he felt away, right? Because she, you know, she doesn't really agree with Todd. But he felt, you know, like the girls were sitting there acting entitled. And he just wanted Candy to know that that's how he felt. And he tells Candy that she makes him feel like if she passes away or something happens to her, that he wouldn't take care of Riley. You know, and that wasn't a good feeling for him. He was like, you know, he don't understand why she feels that way. But then he ended up saying, you know what, Candy, since, you know, you feel that way, you go ahead and take care of everything. Make sure you get everything in writing, how you want things to be distributed. He's out. So then Candy gets really like upset and emotional because she feels like she let people down when it, you know, as it relates to her play. They start talking about her play again and how she felt, you know, drained that she had to deal with that COVID issue and she had people that were depending on this play, right? Because she employs people. when she does like productions, and she put things together. And this play meant a lot to her because she actually produced the play, right? And it was an all black play, and it was on Broadway. So, you know, that's historic. That was a great accomplishment. So she was really upset about, her having to shut down production. And so Todd was just kind of encouraging her because she says she has an opportunity to do another play, but she's not sure if she wants to go ahead and do it because she doesn't want to fall into that again. Let's say COVID hit again, so then that's another shutdown. And so she's a little bit discouraged, but Todd reminded her of how much of a boss she is, and he told her, no, you don't stop here, you do it again. If that fails, you do it again. So he was giving her some really good encouragement. And I thought that was the sweetest thing to have, her husband encourage her like that. And Candy was like blushing. She was so excited and happy. She was in her confessionals like she really loved her husband because, he supports her. And in that moment, that made her feel really, really good, that she has like such a great support system from Todd. So she went and sat on Todd's lap, and I thought that was cute. They're so cute. That is a great couple. That's a great couple. So in the next scene, we're at Sonya's house. And Sonya has decided to throw Sheree a birthday party. Something small, not nothing extravagant or anything big. So we see that Sonya, her mom, and some other people are decorating with like really like cheap decor. So they're hanging up balloons, and she has a DJ booth, and she also has a picture booth that they're working on. And then the ladies start coming in. So we see that Candy shows up, Kenya shows up, Drew's there. So all the ladies are there, and she lets them know that she's going to be throwing a little small party for Sheree. So when Sheree comes, she wanted to kind of like have music playing and stuff like that. But we noticed that nothing was really working. The DJ couldn't get the booth going to where they could play music. Kenya was cracking on the food. She said the food was really dry. Drew, she was shady. She was saying that it looked like Party City decorations. And this is actually the lady's first time at Sonya's house. So it was like, she's still trying to get stuff together. But the ladies were giving her a hard time, like cracking on her because, Sonya, she be on the sidelines throwing shade at everybody. So, now it's her turn to show them some hospitality at her home. She did ask Kenya, though, while she was there, she asked Kenya for some decorating ideas or some, home decor ideas. So she did pull Kenya away. She actually pulled Kenya away and talked to her for a minute. And while she was pulling her away, you can see Marlo just kind of like staring. Because, Marlo, every time Marlo knows that Kenya's in the building, she can't function. She kind of go crazy. So we saw that she was looking at Kenya as soon as she walked in. As soon as Kenya walked in, it pans over to Marlo in her confessional, and she's like, I'm not gonna let Kenya mess up my day. Kenya wasn't even thinking about Marlo. Actually, when Kenya came in, she spoke to everybody. So, Marlo's always pressed and bothered when Kenya's in the room. But Marlo was a little bit jealous when she saw that Sanya was in the room talking to Kenya for a while. So Sanya pulled Kenya away and was talking to her. She was letting Kenya know that, she didn't understand why she hung up on her. So she felt a way about Kenya hanging up on her. And Kenya let her know that, you knowing the situation that she's in, and by Sonya just saying it's going to be a couple strip, knowing that she's going through a divorce, and the way how Sonya was talking, it was sounding it was just a little weird. The tone was off, and it just seemed different from when she was explaining it to Sheree and Marlo. So Kenya did feel away, and then she let her know that, you know, she dealt with that in her marriage with her ex-husband, and he treated her, you know, awful. And so she's not going to allow that no more. She's not going to allow anyone to treat her that way anymore. So she let Sonya know. But Sonya did apologize because she didn't realize that she was coming at Kenya that way. So they go back in there with the ladies. And at this time, birthday girl shows up. So they see that Sheree is walking up to the door. So Sonya was telling everybody, come on, let's sing happy birthday. So they sung happy birthday to Sheree, and she came in, she was surprised, and Sheree looked nice. She had on this pants suit. I'm not sure if it was an all Gucci pantsuit. I know that it was brown, but it was this cute blazer and a pantsuit. It was super cute on Sheree. And she came in, she was surprised, and immediately Sheree started shading the birthday party too. She was like, she tried, you know, Sheree, really? You just need to be glad that somebody thought about you. Just ungrateful. So during the party, they were going to have Sheree take some of those still, you know, those photos that they do where you kind of like go really slow, but it wasn't working. So Sheree got in her confessionals clowning that, like, you trying to take pictures, but the picture boot's not working. And Kenya was talking about the twist top champagne she had, or wine she had. That was just cracking on her. But, you know, Sonya, she was just trying to throw something small. She wasn't really trying to go big, right? So the ladies were giving her a hard time. And then after that, later on, Sonya was talking to them about the Jamaica trip that is coming up. And she was letting them know that she don't want no fighting. She was giving them rules and regulations and stuff like that. And they was like, what? We going to get to Jamaica and turn up housewife style. So they were ignoring Sonya. It was like, really? You're not going to give us no type of instructions? Come on, we're grown. So, you know, everywhere they go, it's going to be something. Somebody's going to cut up. And Sonya needs to understand that. But the ladies were not feeling that. They weren't feeling that. And so later on, after they ate and had a good time, Candy asked Drew to sing happy birthday to Sheree. Now, you know, Drew and Sheree had just had a back and forth over the same stuff that they did a few episodes ago. I'm not going to get back into that. They had a little back and forth. And then for Candy to ask Drew to sing, I was like, really? But she did. She was a good sport. And she sang happy birthday to Sheree. And she actually sound okay. She sound really cute. I mean, she actually sound okay. Drew, you know, she got a little voice on her. So I thought that was sweet. So that's the end of the episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell so you can know when I download another video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.